Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Health Made Easy. I'm your host, Dr. Jason Jones, and we're in our holiday season right now. And I'm going to be talking today about one of my favorite topics to help people with, and that is controlling your blood sugar. Okay, because everything is available during the holidays. I mean, it's really available all year round at this point, but one of the things I struggled terribly with in my younger years was my blood sugar. But I didn't know that's what was actually happening. But then once I figured it out and I started to put into play habits and routines and eating styles that would help me control my blood sugar, everything changed. So I'm going to go over some of that with you today and how to actually pull that off. So one of the most relaxing feelings for a person, with that is a diabetic or a pre-diabetic is when they check their blood sugar and they see their numbers are actually right in line. For the diabetic patient, controlling their blood sugar, it's not like some short-term goal. They have to do this, because if they don't, it's going to lead to things like heart disease, vision loss, kidney problems, nerve problems, all of that. And they have to manage their blood sugar through key lifestyle changes as much as they possibly can. Now, obviously, there's a difference between type 1 and type 2. Don't send me any hate messages, because I'm not delineating between those two. What I'm doing is I'm giving this information for those that aren't in that spot, even though if you are, this will help you, but I want you to not be able to get there, okay? So what is blood sugar? Blood sugar is also known as glucose. It's the main sugar found in our blood, and it comes from the food that you eat, and it gives your body energy, essentially, right? High blood sugar levels eventually over a long enough timeline, would it go unchecked, can certainly lead to pre-diabetes and diabetes, which is a whole host of problems that comes along with that we already talked about. Now, low blood sugar is also very common, so it's important to manage it either way. You just want to keep it in line, okay? And the lifestyle habits that you can naturally do, I'm going to break them down for you. The first one is pretty obvious: manage your carb intake. Carb intake greatly influences your blood sugar levels, okay? The body breaks down carbs into sugars, mainly glucose. Insulin then helps the body store that sugar for energy in the cells of the body. And when you eat too many of them, it does make this process fail. Blood sugar levels rise. This isn't good. Okay, so a lower carb diet, and when I say low, I don't mean don't have any. It's just low in terms of you're not having any more than you actually need. Okay, so that helps reduce blood sugar levels and prevent blood sugar spikes. So when you prioritize foods that have carbohydrates in them, but they also have fiber with it as well, that tends to help you manage your blood sugars very, very well. So that brings me to number 2, which is eat more fiber. Okay, a higher fiber diet improves the ability to regulate your blood sugar and minimize blood sugar lows and blood sugar spikes. So foods that are high in fiber, obviously vegetables, whole grains, fruits, some legumes and beans as well. But you also could use chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, things like that. They're all very high in fiber. So that's going to be one that you're going to want to definitely do if you're not already doing it. Number 3, observe the quantity of what you're eating. One way to regulate your calorie intake and your blood sugar levels is to just maintain a moderate weight, and by eating in moderation, or eating for energy as opposed to eating to be satisfied. Okay, healthy eating, when you monitor your serving sizes and you're just like, okay, I know about how much protein I'm supposed to get, I know about how many carbohydrates I can handle in a meal, and this does take some work, but once you get to the point where you can actually eyeball your plate, you have a pretty good idea of what you need and what you don't need. Okay, so some helpful tips to be able to manage portion size. Just eat on a smaller plate. Okay, measure and weigh your food portions for a short amount of time until you get it figured out. Okay, or just Google it. You can go and Google and say, how much rice can I eat? That gives me, let's say your target is 60 grams of carbohydrates in a meal. So how much cooked rice can I have? Okay, you can have a half a cup or whatever that it may be. And then after a while, you get to learn that. And there's all these apps that you can use on your phone that will tell you all of that, so you can shortcut that learning curve really easily. Second, another one is keep a food journal, okay? Also read food labels, adhere to certain recommended serving sizes, and then just exercise regularly. Exercising after you eat, and that could be something as simple as just taking a leisurely stroll for 8 or 10 minutes can help regulate your blood sugar, okay? But regular exercise, it increases insulin sensitivity. So basically your body's ability to take the sugar and use it as energy effectively. So the more you exercise, the more insulin sensitive you are, which means if you do kind of fall off the wagon a little bit, you're still going to be better off because you exercise more. It doesn't get you to that point where you get to out-eat, you get to out-exercise a bad diet. That's impossible. You can't do that. Now, the right amount of activity and timing should certainly be observed. We talked about that. Some recommended exercises, again, light walking, some resistance exercise like squats, leg raises, push-ups, pull-ups, just things that you don't need any equipment for, lunges. You might try some running, biking, swimming, dancing, brisk walking. Whatever is that gets your body moving is what you want to do, okay? Next one, make sure you stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Okay, that also helps control blood sugar levels. Water helps the kidneys flush out any excess sugar through the urine. Drinking water regularly helps rehydrate the blood, low blood sugar levels, and reduce your diabetes risk. Okay, water and 0-calorie drinks are recommended. It would be best to avoid, sugar-sweetened options that can raise your blood sugar, drive weight gain, and increase your diabetic risk. The other thing I would tell you is avoid sugar-free options. Sugar-free is a nice way to say terrible, horrific, artificial sweeteners that don't do anything but wreck your body, your brain, and your health. Avoid that stuff at all costs. Okay. Manage your stress levels. When you're stressed out, your blood sugar tends to rise because your brain needs the energy. It needs it to secrete hormones and create hormones and do all these things, which again makes your blood sugar rise again. And then what happens when it rises really high? It's going to crash down and you're going to feel terrible. Okay. Exercise, different relaxation methods are a good way to go to reduce stress and just lower blood sugar levels. Okay. Now, next one is get enough quality sleep. Adequate sleep and rest help with blood sugar control. Okay. Adequate sleep is involved in both quantity and quality. I'm telling you, if you are not achieving the goals that you want by being able to control your blood sugar or to be able to drop the pounds you want, you are probably not resting well. Okay. Now, all the experts say 7 to 8 hours a night. It just depends on the person, but that's probably a pretty good sweet spot for most people. Some people are going to need more. There are a small percentage of the population that can run on a whole lot less. I don't think I'm one of those people, but if you are, hats off to you. Okay. Follow a suitable sleep schedule by creating a bedtime routine. Ensure your bedroom is nice and cool. Avoid taking caffeine or alcohol before you go to bed. Okay. Reduce screen time before bed, including TV, computers, tablets, cell phones, all those things. And then the last tip I'm going to give you is maintain a moderate weight. Okay. Maintaining your weight helps promote healthy blood sugar levels and reduces the risk of diabetes. Okay. Weight loss goals don't have to be enormous. Research has proven that if you just drop 5 to 10% of the weight that you need to, it has a massive positive impact on improving insulin sensitivity and glucose tolerance. Now, there are many health recommended ways to naturally manage your blood sugar levels, and these are just a few of them. But the main improvement are obviously with dietary choices. Okay, lifestyle changes like weight management, exercise, handling stress, staying hydrated, quality sleep are also critical. Just do the ones that you're not currently doing, and once you start stacking these habits up over time, you will start to gain momentum. You will start to gain progress. You will start to get going in the direction that you want. Be patient with it, okay? Because, Rome wasn't built in a day, and if you're an unhealthy person, which is the large majority of Americans, it's going to take you time to get where you want to go. So just be patient, be consistent, don't be too hard on yourself. If you fall off the wagon, just get back on and get going again, but just stay consistent. Consistency beats intensity any day of the week. All right. Well, this is Dr. Jason Jones signing out. We'll see you on the next podcast. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.